So last week the Black Bulls arrived and, you know what I'm saying, Asta and Nero's mans came through on some Rico story part 3, you know what I'm saying, to free them. And this week we got even more greatness, and now it looks as though the Black Clover story is beginning to expand from just being a pretty awesome story contained within a small world to a huge world building phase that is going to possibly put Black Clover on the map, or at the very least on the path to being similar to stories like One Piece and stories that really go into deep world building with great exploration. And that's something I'm not even gonna lie, I am so freaking hyped for. Let's talk about it.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
Okay, so as y'all know, last week, Black Clover, it keeps on stepping it up. I don't know. Yuki Tabata is like, what could stop this man? You know, Black Bulls showed up, Yami and all them, and they were ready to throw down, and this chapter was no exception. Now, the chapter starts off, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little bit confused, just slightly, with Gosha's reaction, because I thought Gosha was gonna come up in there and be like, wait a minute, y'all was about to do what to my sister? Like, y'all all gotta die. So I was a little bit taken back when he was just like, yo, Asta, get your hands off my sister. Like, fam, maybe you're just a little misinformed. They were about to turn your little sister into the little toaster. You know what I'm saying? Little toaster that could. I'm just saying, like, get your priorities straight. You know what I mean? Because the chapter, again, opens up. Ghost pissed off. Asta has Mari. And a lot of... This shows, again, camaraderie. Like, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. This is how friendship should be done. Like, the way they all roasting Asta. Like, yo, you just walks into a trap and shit like that. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? They all roasting him. That's how friendship usually works. Like, your friends will come in, they'll have your back, they'll, you know what I'm saying, disregard anything or whatever to save you. Then they're gonna be like, yo, you a loser for this, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get a roast you or whatever. That just felt great. Like, honestly, I love the camaraderie from Black Clover, opposed to, again, and I hate to keep picking on it because Fairy Tail, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, but like, it doesn't feel corny. It feels like they're a bunch of misfits, truly in the word, but, you know, they rock with their mans, and they're gonna come through, break the law, do whatever they gotta do to save Asta. They're just gonna give them a little bit of a hard time over it. Also, gotta shout out once again the real one, Nero. Like, Nero, from everything she did, you know, 500 years on that quest and all that stuff. It seems as though, to be honest with you, with the finishing of that arc, you know, the devil and the elves and everything, it seems as though part 1 or act 1 of Black Clover ended, because, you know, with everything that this chapter is bringing forth of where we're going with it, and, you know, Nero accomplishing this 500-year long mission or whatever, it seems as though act 1 was all of that leading up until the end of the elves, because Nero, you know what I'm saying, she had a big mission that she accomplished that was throughout almost the entirety of the series. But one of the things I really like, again, is that Nero's a ride or die chick, and Asta's harem is getting really big. I mean, he got Noel, he got Mimosa, he got he's trying to go after Sister Teresa. He got a lot of chicks on top of, I can't remember what's the other chick. Like, there's so many girls, and now it seems as though Nero could potentially be the tsundere a part of that, because she, well, I guess Noel is technically the main tsundere, but one of the things was like, yo, she was more concerned in this chapter, like, yo, worry about Asta, don't even worry about me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did my dirt, I used forbidden magic, I'm not even from this era, just worry about him. And I was like, yes, Nero, the next popularity poll next year, Nero better skyrocket, okay? Like, don't sleep on Nero. And again, because I already brought up One Piece before, I don't want One Piece fans to come in here like, how dare you, you know what I'm saying? But I got small, very small, but it was there, vibes of something from One Piece regarding Jaguar D, Saul D, Jaguar, you know what I'm talking about, Tere Shi, where he told Robin, go out to sea. One day you're gonna find friends. They're gonna be there. When the first Wizard King, you know, seeing the flashback again, him saying like, yo, I want you to enjoy this peace and, you know, be with these comrades now. Like, you went on a long journey. It's time that you relax already and be with these friends now. That kind of gave me small vibes. Nowhere close, obviously, like that Robin, one of my favorite characters in One Piece in general. The Straw Hats especially. So, can't compare in that regard, but it gave me small vibes of that. Because, again, like, yo, just think about it. She was a bird for 500 years. No friends. Her last friend was the first Wizard King, and he was turned to stone. So, seeing that moment right there, her really, like, at first saying like, don't worry about me, like, you know, they imprison me or whatever, screw it. And then Yami being like, nah, yeah, you've been watching over us for a minute, you've been around, and officially making Nero one of the Black Bulls, giving her the Black Bull robe and whatnot. I love that moment. It, again, gave me very small, but it was there, very subtle vibes of like that moment of, you are going to find your friends. It took a long time. It took 500 years, but she found them. And now she's officially a part of the Black Bulls. So now we got a official new Black Bulls member with Nero. And I like it. I like Nero's character when we finally figured out who she was, when it was revealed in the last arc and everything leading up until this moment. And again, she's still, you know what I'm saying? Her neck was on the line. Her feet were to the fire as well. And she's like, nah, just worry about Asta. Don't worry about me. Ride or die. Mwah, love it. And then, of course, we got the scumbag Damnatio. More and more with this chapter. I don't like Damnatio. I really can't rock with your mans. He's one of those dirty prosecutors that is just desperate and will do anything to see these people rot. And he's like, yo, you know y'all heard his case, right? Like, y'all coming in here, what y'all think y'all doing? Y'all on some thug shit. Of course, the nobles, which it just shows that they're completely not nowhere near close to empathetic, sympathetic about nothing, because Damnatio's like, y'all heard his case. If anything, they more confused, more scared of y'all and shit like that. So, you know, ball is in my court, fam. It really shows, again, everything that Julius was forewarning of, like, the political system being all messed up, and of course, Zora's father and everything. Like, it's right there. Damnatio, all of these people, it is all right there of how crooked and messed up everything is. And it also makes sense of why the House of Silver was for a long time the way it was, because this is what the royals are in this capital. It's just taking somebody like Asta to really morph everything. And, you know, whatever, it's, oh, the main shonen character changes everybody. Yeah, it is what it is, but it shows just how disgusting these royals are when it comes down to it, that they like, yeah, kill them motherfucker. Like, he saved all of y'all, if y'all only knew. And he uses his scales to shrink their magic. So what was Damnatio doing while all this was going on? I'm just wondering, you know what I'm saying? Damnatio, what was you doing? You got this powerful magic to be able to shrink people's magic and do your thing. Why wasn't you? Maybe it was explained and I can't remember. I missed out on it. But Damnatio, pretty good ability. Of course, Asta's canceling magic with the sword. Kind of like, hey, it doesn't mean nothing. And it looked like, I'm not even gonna lie, that's why I love the Black Bulls. That's why I love this story, that the main heroes, Yami and them, they don't care. Like, yo, up until Asta joined, they were losers. They had negative 50 stars on the system or whatever. And Yami, bro, like, I had to double take a couple times to look at that chapter and read, because like when Nozel and Fuegoleon showed up, which, yeah, very, very hype stuff. But Yami wasn't just about to bash dude's skull in, because at first I thought he was just going in for a punch. You know, he was just about to knock this dude's lights out after Asta gave them back their magic by canceling him out. Which, by the way, shows how OP Vanessa's cat magic, you know, the red string of fate thing, is, that even with Damnatio using his beams, like, the cat was still there. Like, that is really, really overpowered. I wish it would have been utilized more in the previous arc. But regardless of that, Yami is a monster, bro. Like, when Fuegoleon and Nozel, I'm sorry, showed up and stopped them, if you look closely, dude had his sword with black magic. You know, he was about to do some real, like, he was about to cut dude's head off. Like, that's how far he will go, and how they don't play, you know what I'm saying? We know black is so black, bro. Mwah! I loved it. This is so freaking good. Like, yo, yeah, they the black sheep, the Black Bulls, you know what I'm saying? They the outcasts of everything, and they're willing to do whatever. They get down dirty. Like, this is so good. This is so good leading into where we're going, especially with the story and why we're going with that. It gave a good reasoning to expand. It's not just like, hey, I want to go on a quest outside of the kingdom. Like, you kind of gotta go on that quest now. And like I said earlier, Fuegoleon and Nozel showing up again. Very, very huge testament to Nozel's character development, where obviously Fuegoleon had to kind of translate it, but basically it's like status and nobility and all that shit don't matter, you know what I'm saying? We can't lose any of our precious magic knights. So it shows again Nozel's character development. Really awesome to see Fuegoleon back in this, because he was knocked out all the way up until like towards the end of the last arc when he finally got up. So really awesome to see him. I don't know, because obviously based on where this chapter is leading, we might not see a lot of these people for a while. If they're leaving the kingdom and it's really just the Black Bulls, how are we going to have any interaction with any of these people? So these might be the last few moments that we're seeing a lot of these characters, until they incorporate somehow of like, yeah, the Magic Knights need to come through. We have a problem, Houston. And I love just how Fuegoleon and Nozel were like, yo, foreigner, are you crazy? Like, you about to strike, basically. It's like being in a courtroom and like, yo, I love Black Clover. And then Julius interfering, which it seems as though he's kept it a secret thus far what actually happened to him, because if the nobles knew what happened to Julius, that he's a kid, they might not respect it. So I'm not sure exactly, it wasn't completely confirmed, but it seems as though they still don't really know what happened to him, because instead of him showing up himself, he sent a letter with the mission to kind of make things move along. I'm imagining they don't know that he's a little kid, but when they do, we're gonna need a new Wizard King. So I think we're not gonna have a new Wizard King yet, or it's in the works before all is said and done and they head off on their mission, because he's sending letters and they're still regarding him as the Wizard King. So they don't know, the Magic Emperor, whichever one you want to call it. We don't have a new one yet. I don't know what they're gonna wait for, because again, once they find out Julius is a little kid, scram. You know what I'm saying? Look how prejudiced they are against Asta, finding out that he has this black power. Imagine what oh, you a little kid? Yeah, we don't gotta listen. You weak. You got one page of a grimoire? Get out of here. But very, very strategic of Julius that he sent 2 missions, because he knew what was gonna go down. Julius, very, very integral to the story. I mean, for better or worse, I know there was a lot of people upset with his quote-unquote revival, even though he's weak as hell now and basically seemingly hiding what happened to him from the nobles and all that stuff. But very, very interesting that he foresaw everything the way it was going to go down. Maybe he has another magic power we don't know about, some sort of foresight, and sent 2 missions, one of which basically the Black Bulls have to escort Asta the fuck up out of here. So I was kind of right. I said, yeah, he's probably going to get banished from the kingdom. This is also a great opportunity for world building and exploration. Now we get to go and see the Diamond Kingdom, the Kingdom of Spade, the Kingdom of Heart, and whatever else is out there. Like, oh man, perfect opportunity. The way Tabata set this all up, that again, it's not just like some bullshit excuse of like, we want to go check something out over there. No, Asta needs to get out of there and the Black Bulls need to go with him. So we'll still have a good chunk of the cast. We just probably, I'm imagining, depending on the way they do this, we might not see a lot of the other Magic Knight squads, because it's not like the entire kingdom is going to go escort Asta. Maybe once they, you know what I'm saying, clear his name, because you got to think about it as well. One of the things is that basically Asta has to dip out of the kingdom. He's being banished from it essentially. But that means that well, obviously they're banishing him until they could prove, you know, about a devil or whatever. So unless Asta comes back with a devil or a devil's body or something, he's not going to be allowed back in the kingdom. They have to come with some type of proof, or Damnatio himself has to see a devil in order to allow Asta to return to the kingdom. So basically, he's screwed, him and Nero, like until they could prove like, yo, there's devils out there, it's not me, I wasn't a part of all of this, they can't come back. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Again, I'm just wondering, how are we going to incorporate all the other Magic squads if they're not going to be able to leave with them, because it's just one squad, the Black Bulls, all bouncing to escort Asta out of here. And we got a road trip coming now. Obviously, again, they got to head out. I'm curious where they're going to go first. Are they going to hit up the Diamond Kingdom first? Are they going to go straight to the Nation of Spade? Because if Spade is said to be like a nation of demons or whatever, that would probably be the best place to start. Maybe they'll go to the Nation of Spade, and in the midst of all of this, they won't even realize that the Diamond Kingdom and the Nation of Spade are at war or something like that. I don't know how this is all gonna go, but man, masterful stroke of greatness to be able to world build, have it basically that like now he's been exiled, you know, Asta, the main character, is exiled from his own freaking kingdom. Like, that's a long journey to becoming the Wizard King or the Magic Emperor if you're right now at a point where you've been banished. You can't even be here right now, bro. And also, just a quick note, Julius, again, just how intelligent that this dude is, that he was like, I'm gonna send 2 nobles, the captain of the Golden Dawn and the captain of the House of Silver, in order to smooth all this over, because you see, again, he knew the prejudice is too deep, that they're not gonna just fly with anything. So honestly, this chapter, incredible setup. Also gangster shit, I ain't gonna lie. When Yami was about to go ham and take out Damnatio right then and there, not giving a shit, basically starting a civil war within the kingdom, that's gangster. But also the world building that we're starting up now. We're gonna be heading out, checking out different nations and everything. This is going to get so good. I really hope Tabata doesn't drop the ball right now, because this is an opportunity to do some great things. Like early Naruto, one of the things people argued is that it didn't do enough world building. This is like, you know what I'm saying, we could do this right here, baby. We got this. Curious what you guys thought about this chapter though. How did you feel about what was about to go down? Did you want, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have been mad if Yami would have got that dude. I wouldn't have been mad. We started a civil war right here. Also, how do you feel that the main character is basically exiled, banished from the Clover Kingdom until he could prove his innocence and bring back either the body of a devil or proof that devils exist? I mean, shouldn't it be proof enough that like damn near how many Magic Captains seen him? You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, I mean, even the first Wizard King's body has been disintegrated, you know what I'm saying? So, not like they can say, hey, look, I got the first Wizard King right here to, you know, prove my innocence. And your overall thoughts and expectations for where the story is going to go now that we're exploring, now we're leaving the kingdom, the Clover Kingdom. Again, it feels as though, like, the first half, this would be perfect for a time skip. Right here would be great to do some sort of time skip. They left. A year passed, 2 years passed, and then we get a, you know, older look or whatever. I would love that. Maybe again, they just like, okay, we're heading off in an adventure, and then like take a week break or just go straight into it, and then we come back and it's been 2 years and they're still on the search for devils, and you know, Asta's hair is longer. You knows when, you know, his hair is longer. He's maybe the new magic emperor since then. A lot of things have changed in the Clover Kingdom. Something really, really awesome. I would love that. So you think maybe we might even get a time skip? This could be a great opportunity. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future of Black Clover with chapter 220 and beyond. It's crazy, yo. A lot of greatness with Black Clover, and right now this opened the doors to going from greatness to this might leave a legacy behind. So half of this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications and that Black Clover greatness. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride. But I hope you know that